What's this? Most interesting. I don't think this is a clue. What's this? How interesting. What do we have here? Most interesting. I don't think this is a clue. Well, how interesting. What's this? I wouldn't like to meet you in a dark corner. That pineapple on your head does look spooky.
Are you talking to me, sir?
Actually, I'm talking to that portrait up there. It's a very haunting picture.
What, good old Mabel Buffington? A haunting picture?
I think it is. Just out of interest, do you think she'd have a reason to haunt this house?
Good old Mabel? Reason to haunt Buffington Hall? I wouldn't reckon so, no. And even if she did have reason, she would lack opportunity. Isn't there rules for ghosts and such things? Don't you have to, like, die a violent death and then haunt the place where you died?
Now that you put it like that, I think that's a pretty accurate summary of the conditions to haunt a place. Violent death, haunt the place where you died.
Well, if those are accepted conditions, you can rule out good old Mabel. She never died a violent death. And not at Boffington Hall, neither. She lived happily ever after on one of those sunny islands where they grow the pineapples.
Lived happily ever after. No reason to haunt. I see. Well, thank you for the uplifting information.
Happy to help.
What's this? What do we have here? Whoops. Most interesting. What is this? Well, what's this?
Illuminated, O noble receptacle. Far have I travelled to behold you, the hopefully transient abode of that most cherished friend, Reginald. Oh, Reginald, what have you done to be incarcerated thus?
Excuse me?
Excuse you? Yes. Excuses are the armor of the aimless. Ammunition to those acting with intent. What do you want with my excuses? My mission here is delicate and demands my full attention.
Who are you?
Who am I? Gravinkle, they call me doctor, they call me scientist, they call me mad, they call me... What do they know? I am who I am, a friend to a friend, a rescuer to him that needs salvation.
Well, I'd better leave you to it. What are you doing with the china?
What am I doing with the china? What are you doing with the china? I know you're chronically nosy. That is no wonder with a snout like that. But your being interested in the china of all things is just too much.
I'm a private investigator. I'm supposed to be interested in everything.
Well, go be interested in something else. This china isn't interesting at all.
What's this? Oh, it's the famous Kobayashi brand porcelain. That's a very prestigious manufacturer. I don't think this is a clue. Doop-a-doo.
Thank you for using Crowing Rooster Telephone Services. I'm your operator. How can I help you?
Give me Catlands 228.
I will connect you right away.
Thank you for calling Café Flamingois, esteemed customer. How may we be of service to you?
Good evening. My name is Pig Detective. I'm a private investigator.
A detective? A pig detective? We are honored by your call, monsieur. What information can I supply you with on this fine day?
I'm interested in a certain Heinrich von Boffington. It says on your products that he founded the Flamingo brand coffee company. This would have been about 450 years ago?
Ah, yes. O most esteemed founder. What do you wish to know about him?
Are we talking about the same Heinrich von Boffington? You see, the coffee company doesn't seem to be mentioned in his family history much.
Ah oui, it would not surprise us here at Café Flamingois. Our company history said that Monsieur Buffington and his family has an abominable fight because they did not like him to be interested in coffee as much as he was. The falling out was so bad that he never returned home again, not even for Christmas. He lived out his time here in Catland without his family, but never without friends. He was among fellow coffee lovers, you see.
I see. Lived out his remaining days in Catland. Never returned home. Fight with his family. You have been very helpful.
We are glad to be of service. Please visit us at Café Flamingo whenever you come in Catland. Goodbye.
Most interesting. Ah. How interesting. I quite enjoy carrying a bolt cutter wherever I go. Most interesting. What do we have here? Most interesting. Well, what's this? The water is much shallower than I expected. It's not much of a pond now, is it? More like a puddle.
There you are, old hoss. Excellent timing. I picked up a strange track leading into the marshes. Can't follow it properly, though, toting this big gun around. That's where you come in. I'll do the tracking, you'll do the toting. That suit you, Pinky Fingers? My old spare hat looks mighty good on you, partner. And it'll keep all the rain off you. All right, let's hunt some beast. All this rain reminds me of something that happened to me back in Old Town when I was a young and dashing rooster. Watch that puddle. Oh. I was visiting with an old friend of mine who was getting married, but his lady friend had a very annoying beast problem in her house. Oops, let's slide. Well, unfortunately, she died and the beast escaped. So we had to hunt it across all the old continent. By train, by horse, by foot, you name it. Slippery stones ahead. After a very exciting hunt, we finally arrived at the lair of the beast, a mighty old castle on a hill. There was a showdown, but unfortunately my mind is really foggy as to what happened exactly. A hole in the ground here. In the end, love conquered all, and the beast was slain somehow. Although I can't say I was the one to slay it. Very unsatisfying outcome. I hate that. That's why I'm not going to let this beast here slip through my fingers like that. No, sir. Speaking of which, I can almost smell it now. We must be getting near its lair. Good job keeping clear of all that mud out there, partner. Okay, this is it. We're sneaking up on the lair of the beast. You stay behind me with that gun now. Don't shoot unless I explicitly tell you to. You got that? Would you look at that? There are stinking eggs all over the place. Looks like our beast got to procreate.
And look at all these half-eaten pineapples. So this is where Mr. McTurpin's prize fruit ended up. You will be so sad to hear this.
Here, some of these eggs are hatched. And what's this? There's a dead duck down here. Look, I wonder who did this.
That's the duck from the gas station. His name is Dankward. How could he be dead? He seemed completely fine earlier this evening.
How? Well, our beast is certainly not fooling around, my friend. It means business. Deadly business. But here's another one. This one looks like it might still be alive.
Why, that's Mr. Blind, Lady Buffington's lawyer. So that's what happened to him. The beast broke into his room, attacked him, and carried him off. What a terrible thing to happen.
You're right. That's Mr. Blind. I recognize him too. Lawyers, eh? Tough as weeds. Right. I'll try to get him out of there. It's the beast! Shoot, partner! Shoot it now! That was a close escape. Not thanks to you, old hoss. Where'd you learn to shoot anyway?
I never fired a shotgun in my life.
Give me that shotgun. You're not getting that back before you've had some proper shooting lessons. Here's my trusty revolver. Cover our retreat with that. Let's take a moment to regroup here.
Now, what do we have here? Cheese?
Well, would you look at that? Didn't think I'd catch something this big in my old cheese trap. A lair full of eggs in the abandoned cabin. Horrible beasts that kidnap folk right out of Boffington Hall. Well, that is about the wildest story I have heard about Wienerwald Woods yet, gentlemen. And I have been the gamekeeper here for old Lord Reginald and his father long before him.
So, you haven't been aware of any strange activities around that abandoned cabin at all, Mr...
Foglum, sir. Fergus Foglum. And no, I can't say that I have. No one goes near the old cabin anymore, save a bunch of hoodlum youths from Wienerwald village. They don't know where else to go for a good time, the poor blighters. So they get drunk and they smash bottles there. Say, you two don't happen to be drunk right now, do you? Maybe you imagined the whole lair and eggs thing. It happens. Anyway, you're welcome to sit here for a while and recover from all the excitement before you go back to the big house. I can make you some eggs if you want.
Ah, we're fine here, old hoss. We're fine. Why don't you fry some up for our old Mr. Blind, though? He needs to get something warm in his belly after all he's been through. There's something foul about this, Pinky Fingers. Why does our friend Foglump here set such elaborate traps if there's nothing wrong in the woods? I'll stay downstairs and keep an eye on him. You explore the house. That's more up your alley than mine.
Can't you hang around somewhere else, sir? Frying eggs to perfection is no easy job.
Don't worry about me, partner. I'm keeping myself entertained. Found some fascinating reading material. Did you know folks can practice their shooting here? Mr. Foglump himself oversees the Clay Pineapple shooting range. I hope it's better than the one we have back in Cowboy Town. That's one heck of a crooked game, if you ask me.
Anywhere that I go.
What's this? Interesting. It doesn't tell me anything new. It's not really a clue, is it?
Work. Leave me alone, you nosy swine. I have just had the worst day of my life.
But we need your testimony. Your disappearance from Buffington Hall is a complete mystery. The police are investigating it.
The police is here, investigating. I suppose our game is up then. Have they arrested Theo yet?
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I don't follow.
There was a beast, a horrible beast. At first I thought I was hallucinating. Lightning struck, and it must have struck my equipment. There was a flash that blinded me, and I was out cold. Next thing I knew, the beast was tearing at me with those horrible teeth, dragging me through the woods in the rain. My good suit is ruined. Oh, I hate this day. I put in the amount I do, I can't believe it. It's ridiculous. Why, I don't even know where to begin. But anyway, it's just, why am I here? Oh, can you leave me alone? Can't you see what I suffer? I'm here. I wake up early. I do all this. I can't do that. What else can I do?
What's this? I don't think this is a clue. Interesting. Seems I can't open this without a key. What's this? Interesting. Ew, slimy. I wonder who fancies such a rotten fish.
Well, it serves you right, sir, for snooping around in folks' basements without permission. And that's all I've got to say about that.
Alright, you're gonna have to do better than that, Mr. Gamekeeper. That is some dangerous game you're keeping in your basement. The least you can do is tell us why.
Well, I'd honestly rather not. But since you insist, it's an agreement old Lord Reginald and I had when he was alive. The beasts you see here are not natural to Wienerwald Woods. They were Mr. Reginald's secret. I don't know what he was doing with them in his lab up at the big house, but sometimes he did it wrong and they escaped. When that happened, his lordship was counting on me to catch the beasts, you see. He would take them off my hands now and again too. But now his lordship is gone, and the beasts kind of pile up on me. I don't know what to do with them if I'm being honest. I keep catching more every day and the cages are filling up. What if I catch more tomorrow?
Well, that old hut is full of eggs, and most of them have already hatched, so it seems you have a big problem on your hands, my friend. But fear not, we're here to assist you with that. There's nothing I like better than a big old hunt. Are you with me, Pinky Fingers?
Well, I'd like to help, but you've seen me shoot.
Well, we'll have to remedy that situation, of course. You need to be taught some real shooting, my friend. How about we fire up that clay pineapple machine of yours, Mr. Foglump?
I'll get the machine from the basement. You wait for me out on the pier.
Hooray!
All right now, partner. Why don't you try putting that there shotgun up against your shoulder and see how she feels? When you're ready, our good friend Mr. Foglump over there will fire a couple of targets up for you. All right now. Just to start, let's see if you can shoot down 3 of these flying pineapples. All you gotta do is point and pull the trigger.
Put it away.
Don't sweat it now. Now, a shotgun's only got 2 rounds, so you best reload quick. Right on the money. That's okay now. Don't sweat it now. Bullseye. All right. Now that's a start. Now, let's up the ante a bit. This time, let's see if you can knock 6 of them out of the sky.
Put it away.
And a pig. So close. That'll teach that pineapple. And a pig. Look at the next one. Great shot. So close. And a pig. Ooh, doggy, now that's what I call shooting. I think you're ready for a real challenge now. We'll launch 10 pineapples and only 10 pineapples into the air. Let's see how many you can hit. Be quick on the reloads now. We're not gonna wait for you.
Put it away.
Great shot. Bullseye. Nice hit. Great shot. That'll teach that pineapple. That's okay now. So close. And a pig. Bullseye. That'll teach that pineapple. My hat is off to you, pink fella. Not bad at all. What do you say, pink fella? Enough.
Well, that was remarkably easy. What's this? I like signposts.
Don't disturb me now. I'm having my feet up. It's very important to put your feet up when you've been on them all day.
What do we have here?
Don't disturb me now.
Oh, it's you again. Have you found out what happened to Mr. Blind yet?
I have good news for you. Mr. Blind isn't dead. We found him in an abandoned hut in the woods. Now he's recovering in the gamekeeper's cottage.
How very exciting! Was it the beast?
I'm afraid it was. But he deserved it. Mr. Blind is a crook, you know. He was trying to con Lady Boffington out of her inheritance.
Oh, well done, beast, then. Me and Mildred, we so admire her ladyship. She does not deserve to be conned by any crooks.
If you're just joining us, you're listening to Vinavolt AM Radio. I'm your host, Chester Fount Scrumply, bringing you the very best and latest. Here.
And that's how Mr. George ended the gang wars in the big town for good.
Oh, Mr. Big Detective, would you care to join us for a cup of tea?
I don't mind if I do.
Well, Mr. George, what is the state of affairs?
Lady Buffington, there is something you should know. Oh, I was too hasty. I have no new information. Nothing. Sorry.
How interesting. Anything else, Mr. George?
Yes, about that, Miss Ella. I need your help.
Have you talked to the journalist, Nosy Parker? She's dying to talk to you for some reason. I believe she's in a room right now, which is the Blue Room.
Thank you. That's a very good idea. I might just do that.
Mr. Pig Detective, it's you.
Miss Parker, are you a photographer as well as a journalist?
Oh, yes. Jill of all trades, mistress of none. We do have photographs in Modern Mouse magazine, and who else would take them if I didn't do it myself? I have to do everything around here.
Everything? Really? That sounds a bit much.
Oh, I admit it is. There is one thing I obviously can't give our readers, and that is the male perspective. I was wondering, would you be interested in helping me with that?
My perspective?
Oh, I knew I could count on you. I'm sure our readers will love it. I have to go upstairs now to develop this picture. Meet me in the attic later, at your convenience. I'll tell you all the details then.
What's this? What an interesting portrait. Such a pity there is nobody here who can tell me more about it. Well, interesting. I don't think this is a clue.
Oh, it's you. What are you doing in Miss Parker's room then?
Actually, I was looking at that portrait over there. Can you tell me anything about it?
What, that? That's Ebenezer Boffington, the rich geezer. Long before our time, more's the pity. The saying goes, he buried a massive treasure somewhere around here. When he died, folks came looking for it from all over the country. Nobody found anything, though, so they stopped looking eventually. All that must have been 100 years ago. It's why Wienerwald Woods has such a fancy inn, you know. All those treasure hunters had to stay somewhere. Is that all, then?
What a lot of information. I'll try to remember it. Excuse me, what are you doing in my room?
Your room? I thought this was my friend Trigger's room. Trigger Happy, you've met him. Big fellow, hunts big things. This is his room.
I know, Trigger. We're sharing this room. It's my room too, and that is my suitcase.
It's your room too? You must be so cramped in here. Such dismal quarters. You should see my room. It's practically a whole apartment with an ensuite bathroom. You know, my room used to be old Reginald Boffington's apartment before he croaked, the old geezer. Good old Uncle Reginald, he sure knew how to live in style. Now, Flora, the new Lady Buffington, she has her room just across the hall from me. She's my girlfriend, but I like this arrangement. Everybody needs their privacy, you know.
I completely agree. I want my privacy too. Please get out of my room.
My, you're not a very sociable pig, are you?
What's this? Huh. do we have here? Doesn't tell me anything new. Well. Looking good, George.
Oh, Mr. Pig Detective, how good to see you. Perfect timing. I just finished developing my pictures.
What are the pictures of?
Oh, I'm so glad you asked. It shows a natural kind of curiosity that is very conducive to our journalistic mission. Now, this here is Ebenezer von Boffington. I expect you've heard of him. He is very famous because he was very rich.
I have indeed heard of him.
Isn't it a riveting story? Fantastical riches buried somewhere near Boffington Hall. Of course, it's an old story now. No one ever found so much as a pearl or a penny. But I might have a new angle that could put a refreshing spin on things.
I can't wait to hear more.
Oh, I knew this story would appeal to your detective-y nature, Mr. Pig Detective. The fact is, Mr. Pig Detective, that there has been a ghost haunting Wienerwald Woods lately. My newspaper has received an anonymous tip that it might well be the ghost of Ebenezer von Boffington looking for his lost treasure. Isn't that exciting?
A ghost in Wienerwald Woods looking for lost treasure? I'm thrilled.
Do you know anything about the old inn in Wienerwald Woods?
An inn in Wienerwald Woods? This is the first I've heard of it.
Well, that's very inconvenient. Can you please find out where it is? My information is that you have to pass through the labyrinth to get there. Come back when you've found it. Then you can show me where it is.
Hup, 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 hup.